Hi, my name is Hilda Zilkin, and I'm the author of Blue Mountain Mist. I'm the authentic Hannah, and I am here today to talk to you about corporate naughtiness and the crap that these guys do with a lot of money. With a lot of money, they are able to sink countries. That's the power they have. What else can they do? They can actually block you from legality. And throw out all your court cases. What else can they do? They can, without law, come into your home and alter your face. They can fraudulently mark you as a genetic test victim using the hornet's nest that I call the medical doctors. What else can they do? They can take any human rights commission, Switzerland, Hague, and override it. They have that capacity, and their logic is Jews created laws. Now let's analyze that. Did Jews create laws? Laws have existed since Africa. Laws have existed in Mesopotamia, Sumerian. Laws have existed over the course of Native history, not just Jews. In fact, if we look at the concept of Jews, Jews are relatively new. They have the power to alter history. So I got into a little tiff with Jews because I wanted, plus the wolves wanted, a lot more transparency when it came to problems, when it came to history, when it came to accurate documentation of history. But then they said, we're that powerful that we can cover it, but not to look bad now. They gave the torch to someone else, so the other person can be Jews, so they can get off with a lot of the criminality that they committed in the push for their reign of power. So we're talking about Europe's kings and queens and foo-foo hat wearing, and even though I'm wearing it right now, it's for a different reason. It's because when they altered my face, they actually made me, for humor, look like Buckingham Palace, Prince Charles. I'm Prince Charles with my teeth. They have that kind of power to override everything. There's a big problem here. Are they correct in doing that? They actually are. Amongst all the tiff-taff that we have between us, they are actually 100% correct. So they went into their little stash and said, Hannah, we're giving you Lausanne. They didn't realize this was a 50-year story, and Lausanne was given to me as to piss off the rich Jews. So someone, someone gave it to me to piss them off, because Lausanne was not a good thing. It merged Anatolia together, and these are massive weaponry guys who are behind a lot of this. And again, we're focused on Europe, we're focused on China, and we're focused on other big players that sell weaponry. Then, if that wasn't sufficient, then they got a screaming, yelling her head off, ripping her vagina out. That's a Turkish proverb, to get a lot of attention for herself with my work, and to be able to alter it. Then they got the drag queens involved, then they got the military involved, and then they paid securities. So they're paying major millions of dollars, one, to alter me, two, to pay off all these law enforcements and all, to get everybody involved, which would have happened naturally anyways. But the one person they didn't pay was the one that was divinely chosen, which is myself. So I am going to do a little mini series and talk about everything and anything. And in the movie, when I do it, you will understand why I got the nickname of Prophet. That is just my nickname in Wolfville. Wolfville is based off a civilian inside military machinery, which is the top 100 most intelligent men in the world. And these guys and myself are all on enhancers. If they are on 150, I was only on probably 10 milligrams, but it's enough to impact my eyes and still maintain some type of stability. These guys are lethal machinery for the armed forces. So the rich, what else can they do? They can wipe out militaries, and they can wipe out police, and they can wipe out our CMP. Do we want to live in a world where everything is that artificial? Everything is like artificial grass. And this is why I think that I am so damn important, because I'm actually a median between the poor and the extreme rich. And I'm pushing ethics. I have been pushing ethics for years. This is nothing new, starting with me growing up in the civil rights era. I'm talking not as an adult, as a 10-year-old child. Me studying Iraq and the fight of the Kurds to survive, and they got hammered. The Kurds got hammered royally. The Turks also got hammered. Like, they don't stop with Anatolia, because do you know why? They already fucked up 3/4 of Africa, so they just moved their operations to Anatolia. They have to have that control, and they have to have that manhood, and they have to have that machinery of putting everything foreign in Turkey and just doing as they please, because they're spoiled little men when we think about it. But the one person or the one thing they couldn't combat was a female design from the skies, and it regulated them majorly, because for every one step I moved, they sunk themselves into shit deeper and deeper and deeper, because they started raising eyebrows. I was raised by blacks. I have, black children. I have Indian children. But they tried to make me white. Then, every time I moved, their lies came out, and I became an evil woman. I became a good woman. They couldn't, they had to have a control. They couldn't control it, because I kept pulling the rug off from under their feet. But here, in fairness to them, and this is where I'm not defending them, but yet I am, because they have a better eyes perspective on what is going on in terms of management. So when you watch the movie, you will actually have a different perspective. You'll have the poor and the rich, and you will understand certain things, and how one female changed the globe in a positive, green, regenerating format. And that's the key, because I specialize in social behavior to land to ethics. That's my cup of tea. I don't know anything else. I got trained on Ottoman history by my dad. I know my black community, because I didn't know white till way later on in age. So I have a very strong grasp between poor and rich, between white and black, between those that are treated well and those that are genetic tested. I have a good grasp on prisoners. I have a good grasp on CEOs in a corporate environment. So it's a real gift to humanity. It could have fell into a different hand, and all this world would have ever known is the Bavarian system, fraud, bare minimal essential living. They practically put the whole United States in trailer homes after urbanization. The United States, because they want you to die, so they, can start over being in a retarded state. It's really awful. So in the early 1800s, with industrialization, we slaughtered women, we slaughtered men, and we slaughtered children to bring cities to this point for a handful of media people or for a handful of rich to put back everything to the 19th century again in trailer parks. And I think this is where they're going to get a massive backlash from humans, because, you know, after you live in a house or after you live in a condo and you have a particular lifestyle, and then you're brought back down to zero, you know, they're going to have a problem. But something else went wrong. Then they were going to turn the lights out in the United States and Canada and make it Zombieville. And this is the battle, not just myself, but the most intelligent men had. We actually want to get rid of Judaism. They can still have their money, but that concept, that ideology, we want to get rid of. Well, now they purposely gave Judaism to India and China, and these guys are like mechanical robots, and they started tagging everybody. They want that robot machinery. Again, the man comes out, their manhood comes out. The cocks are fighting a womb now. It became a completely different battle. So my battles have started from when I was little, how they took a wealthy child and put him in with Negroes. And for that, I thank them every day, because forever I will have the title White Negro. But their intent may have been malicious at that particular time. They had a particular political agenda in Anatolia, but it doesn't stop with them. See, it just keeps recycling without ethics, without morality. And then when the Turkish bit came out, they started getting nervous and pulled me away, and making me separate from my ex. And they put them in put me with indirectly with the Kurds. That's my hunch on it, because again, at that time, they saw the Kurds as lower than the Turks, but what happened was it backfired again, because now they told the Turks, we want the Kurds as number one, and we want the Turks lower. So what did they do? They now completely altered my sharp features of as Turkic native indigenous people, shamanic people, and made me like Charles, because people hated Buckingham now. So, or wasn't too thrilled of Buckingham now. So every time I moved forward, their shit got deeper and deeper, because they didn't know how to control the one thing linked to the skies, to the universe. They couldn't control her, and that is me. So this is where I am now. Unfortunately, my revenue was held, so I couldn't even get security, in the sense that they're allowing people to come into my home. A complete violation of legality. And keep in mind, you know, you're reporting this to police, you're reporting this to RCMP, you're reporting this to military. So I'm really hoping you can support or put a little bit of pressure to help me actually finish the proposals, because my argument was you didn't even have the academic, basic academic higher thought or capacity as men, rich men with soothers in your mouth like babies, to hear out the project. So you paid off the whole planet just to win that male cock thing, that male domination thing. Not even hearing out. I'm at a food bank and I'm the honorary. I'm struggling with stitches and I'm the honorary. This is where I am today. So I hope you can support it. My argument is, sorry, just to repeat, my argument is, if they don't like it, they can close it for 100 years, and bring out some flying person out of a cave, their Bavarian system. So, dear world, if you are listening, I'm hoping you support the project. It has been a very difficult challenge, not only on me, but on my country. My country cried ruthlessly, horrifically, more recently in time, and there was nothing I can do. So thank you and have a good day.